Hey, fellas. Welcome
What's going on?
back to another episode of Blitz and Bricks. This is episode 9. We are 9 weeks deep into doing this. It's pretty cool. Almost 10 full weeks. All right.
Yeah, man. Almost
Well,
reached the decade mark.
yeah, right. Think that's think that's about right. Something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We could jump right into it. We don't need to start off with Tailing Turbo today because we don't have another big game until tomorrow. But we do have some bets for you. But we are going to go ahead and open it up with some already broken news. So let's kick it off with talking about Packers wide receiver Christian Watson. He has agreed to a 4-year, $115 million extension with the team as of last week, per Adam Schefter. This rounds out to nearly $29 million a season, which I think is kind of funny considering he has missed 29% of the games in his career thus far due to injuries. I think if he could stay healthy, he's shown potential to be a great deep threat for Love, but I mean, I think the paycheck is a little high considering that every wide receiver in Green Bay is kind of a deep threat. Um, but like I said, if he could stay healthy, I think it could be a great move for the Packers to retain a talented receiver on a modern day kind of mid wide receiver level contract. I mean, if you look at the contracts that are going out right now, I mean, we're seeing like what CD and Jefferson are on as being the high higher of the mid tier. Um, but yeah, just keep him healthy, and that'll be good for the long term. Jake, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, and another wide receiver, the issues for the 49ers worsens regarding wide receiver Brandon Ayuk, which, comes to no surprise. According to the New York Post, an arrest warrant has been issued for Ayuk on a misdemeanor charge related to speeding. This is very believable after the Instagram story he posted several months back past Levi Stadium, 49ers home stadium, in his caddy Blackwing. It seems like every other day a news story is breaking about the delinquency Ayuk is constantly involving himself in, as he's officially, from what we could tell, the first person to ever get CTE from a knee injury. He isn't helping himself or his team make anything better, and now San Francisco can't trade him because he dug his hole too deep. The best bet for the Niners would be to cut their losses and release him and eat the cap penalty. It may ruin them for a few years, but it will finally end this saga that seems never ending. Ayuk has not played in an NFL game since week 4 of the 2024 season, where he tore his ACL, MCL, and meniscus in his right knee. And the only realistic possibility to save Ayuk's career would be reuniting him with his former college QB Jaden Daniels in Washington, as only JD5 can save him now. Back to you, Cam.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I mean, Ayuk is he's a mess. He's posting so many videos on Instagram that kind of seem like he's going crazy. Um,
I don't think there's kind of. I think
yeah,
it's. I think
yeah, no, I don't. There's no kind of.
I
I'm,
think
I'm,
he's off the wagon, bro.
yeah, I'm dancing around it too much. He's fully crazy now. It's kind of crazy. So, I mean, I can't stop saying kinda. I don't know why. It is fully crazy. But Ashton, I think you got something you want to say real quick.
Oh yeah, this is regarding AJ Brown's time in the Eagles. There's this a leaked Twitter. It's a theory right now, but if you really kind of play back what's been happening, it kind of makes sense. But allegedly, AJ Brown was talking to some IG model, taking it pretty seriously. Hassan Reddick, if you go back to their Super Bowl season, whenever they won the Super Bowl, he was also talking to this girl, fully aware that AJ Brown um, was with her or trying to get with her, get more serious or something like that. So basically went to the Eagles and was like, hey, I don't want to really be on the team with this guy. He gets shipped off to the Jets right after that season. And apparently Jalen Hurts knew about it the whole time, which is not good for their connection. How are you supposed to trust a guy like that after doing something like that? And it kind of makes sense given his behavior in recent years. I mean, he was phenomenal for the Eagles his first season, and then just kind of fell off the face of the earth after that. I mean, why else would a dude read a book on the sideline?
Yeah, bro, he lost his girl, so starts reading on the sidelines. Not it
I
is
think that was
pretty.
a self-help book too, right?
What?
What's up?
I think it was a self-help book too, right?
Maybe I didn't look at the title. Braun's probably read it though.
You ever seen that sign in high school when AJ Brown is like the fan held up the sign that said AJ Brown vapes?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
That shit is
I have not
that's
seen that.
funny.
All right. Well, that actually kind of plays a little bit into what I was going into next, but I did see that as well. I think that's terrible for the team. You can't really have your leader um, be keeping secrets, especially about someone's personal life, and when that someone's supposed to be kind of your right hand man, your wide receiver one, your highest trusted target. It's hard to have that broken relationship between the two. But talking about AJ Brown, his new teammate, Patriots wide receiver Kayshon Boutte, has requested a trade following the
Oof.
team's acquisition of AJ Brown. Per Pro Football Talk, last Monday, New England made the trade, the long-awaited trade that Schefter announced months ago to reunite the duo of Mike Vrabel and AJ Brown. I mean, everybody expected this to happen. They even posted on all of their social media accounts June 1st with a check mark emoji right next to it, right after the trade went through. Um, but I think that this is a huge move for the Patriots, even if it was outshined by bigger news of the Myles Garrett trade. I mean, it's nice to have AJ Brown in there. Um, I think it sucks for Booty. He was looking to step into the wide receiver one role this season in the absence of Stephon Diggs. I think it doesn't really matter who gets a priority of target share in this New England offense. I mean, it's kind of proved in the Super Bowl that there's not enough time from that O line for Drake May to really get the ball out. But last season, Diggs barely broke as the wide receiver one. He barely broke 1,000 yards, and Booty finished behind him as the um, second wide receiver with 551 yards, only 1 yard more than wide receiver three, Matt Collins. That being said, he did that on a stat line of 33 receptions on 46 targets. Um, so he's shown potential that he can, be a big boom when he is included in the offense. And that really sucks for him to be, in someone else's shadow again. AJ Brown is a very talented receiver, so he will be getting a lot of looks in New England. And I mean, like I said, that's great for the team. But Booty also has come out and said, in regards to these rumors, that this is not true and that he wants to be with the team in New England for this entirety of his career. I did hear around after the Super Bowl that there were some potential trade talks, including him, but um, there wasn't much more than a fifth round ever being offered. So those probably have fizzled out. And I'm sure they're not going to take a low offer on a guy that's shown such potential.
I think the Niners should offer Ayuk straight up for Booty.
That would be the stupidest thing for the Patriots to ever accept. Absolutely. But yeah. Also regarding AJ Brown, when he left the building in Philly for the last time, he signed it and autographed his picture on his way out with, in quotes, the best player to ever play here, always open. Um, I mean,
That's pretty
gosh,
tough, I'm
there's
not gonna lie.
um,
But it's
yeah, it's so tough. I'm not
Imagine
an
like Reggie
Eagles.
White wasn't in that same building.
Exactly,
Well, technically, I think
exactly.
Reggie White played at the Vet, but still, Reggie White's the best player to ever wear an Eagles jersey.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not an Eagles fan, but I could definitely say there are plenty of players that I think have had much more shining careers. Jake, I'll go ahead and give it back over to you.
Yeah, regarding the Myles Garrett trade, per Mary Kay for Cleveland, Cleveland beat reporter, that is, the 2029 third round pick that Cleveland received from Los Angeles in the Myles Garrett trade could become a first rounder if LA decides to trade Garrett back into the AFC North to one of the Browns' divisional rivals. Trade clauses like these are very common with blockbuster deals involving the league's star players. For example, this last season, when the Cowboys traded Micah Parsons, they included a similar clause that if the Packers were to trade him to any other NFC East teams, within the remainder of his new contract with that team that they will surrender another first rounder for that season to Dallas. The official trade details of the Myles Garrett trade officially are that the Rams receive Myles Garrett and Cleveland receives Jared Verse, a 2027 first round pick, a 2028 second round pick, and a 2029 third round pick with that clause that we just talked about. Both teams win in this situation as the picks that Cleveland will likely be late round picks or be late first round or whatever round that they're in, they'll be late picks as the Rams now are the favorite to win the Super Bowl again. And really the only loser here is Jared Verse, former defensive rookie of the year, and a two-time Pro Bowl starter as just a second-year player. And he got to play in LA with the MVP at QB. And now he's exiled and sentenced to death for playing for one of the sadder franchises in the league. Hopefully, with all this new acquired draft capital, the Browns can make the right moves to rebuild into a competitive team again. As for now, they're likely to be battling it out with Arizona this upcoming season for the first overall pick.
Yeah. Poor Jared Verse, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jared Verse is he's a good player. Like I don't think he's quite like elite yet. But I think the
The
Browns kind
ceiling
of
is
view him as
high.
like I don't know if this is like a good analogy. The Browns kind of view him as like their SGA, you know? Like they think like they traded away like their guy. Like Paul George was the Thunder's guy, and they traded him away obviously for Shea and got all those picks. Like they're viewing Jared versus their SGA. They're gonna build it around him and just bring in a super. At least their vision is that they'll get a super team, but it's the Browns and I just draft
You
some
also have
bum.
to think too. I mean, the Thunder got what, 8 first round picks for Paul George?
Yeah, this year will be their
And I mean,
last.
the
This year will be
Browns got one confirmed first round pick and then one that could be a conditional,
It
but
took more first round picks to get Sauce Gardner.
I know.
Yeah, I mean that's like fair logic, obviously, but like I think if I don't know the player you pick in the first round, you would want that player to end up being like Jared Verse. Although I guess he's not technically a first round pick, but it's like he's probably like at least like as good of a first round
His
pick.
value would be a first round pick,
Mhm.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree. Verse is the biggest loser here, but both teams I do
It's
think
actually
are.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel is the biggest loser. They just gave Jared Verse his number and didn't even ask him. They didn't consult him at all. I think that's hilarious. Who cares? I mean,
He's also
Hey,
fighting
Blake,
to stay on
what's
the
up, bro?
team.
yeah,
What's up,
he's
Blake?
not. He's fighting to stay on the practice squad, bro. He's
Yeah,
not on the
I'm saying.
team right now.
Well,
He is,
he's, as I'm saying, he's trying to make a roster spot, and that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's definitely not. I mean, I don't even know if. Well, I guess Shadur's kind of been tearing it up, but I don't know what Taylon Green's done yet. I haven't seen anything about him, but he's definitely got more talent than Dylan Gabriel, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I agree. The picks that the Browns get, with those being potential late round picks, because the Rams will likely be a deep playoff team over these next couple of years. I still think it's good. I mean, what else did they get in the trade in last year's draft with the Jaguars when the Jaguars moved up for the second overall? Are they all out of picks after this last season for that? I know they had a
I think
couple of.
they've probably traded down and like got more
I
guys. And like they got Mason Graham and I think Judkins was also there.
Yeah, but I just think that this is a good move. Build up more capital. This is just giving you a chance to either hit on those picks, because this is 2027. I think it's going to be a pretty deep draft. Having two first round picks would be great wherever they're at. And otherwise, I mean, that's just, if you're not sitting with the top one of the top threes, it's just capital to move up even further. So I think that this is decent for the rebuild that Cleveland is going through right now. I think that this, in the long run, will turn out to be a good trade on both sides. I think the Rams get at the very least a Super Bowl appearance with Myles Garrett on this roster, and absolutely win it if Aaron Donald truly does come out of retirement, like the speculation is leading towards. But I guess that'll be it for the NFL right now. Hunter, you got something you want to cover about next Sunday? Go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, next Sunday, that's when the UFC White House card is going to take place. I just want to briefly go over the fights that are going to be happening on that card. The first card on that is going to be Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. Diego Lopez is one of my personal favorite fighters in the UFC currently. I think he's going to get business done in this fight. Um, Knowing the UFC, they'll probably somehow find a way to book Volk versus Lopez 3, hoping that it doesn't happen. Not that I don't like either of those guys, but they've already fought twice. You need to make a new fight at that point. Um, Realistically, they're not going to do that, but I'm expecting Lopez to win in this fight. The second fight is Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins, which I do not give one flying shit about this fight. Bo Nickel being on this card reminds me of when he was on the main card of UFC 300. I do not want to see him here. Nobody's a Bo Nickel fan. This is going to be the most filler fight on here. I don't care. Next, we have Rufy versus Michael Chandler. This is probably going to be a very entertaining fight. The only thing for Chandler is that he hasn't won a fight since 2022. He's currently on a 3-fight losing streak. The last person he beat was Tony Ferguson, who famously had that very long losing streak. I do think this is going to be a very entertaining fight, though. Both these guys put on like really good fights, so I'm thinking that this will be one to watch. Along with the next one, which is Josh Hokett versus Derek Lewis. Really, this fight is probably either going to be a complete banger or the biggest snooze fest of the card. Josh Hokett's last fight against Curtis Blade was a masterpiece, but Derek Lewis is also known as a guy that can beat up and comers. Hokett has made himself a contender after that fight against Blades. I think that this has potential to be a really great fight. Somebody's probably going to get knocked out. It wouldn't surprise me if Derek Lewis somehow found a way to do this, even though Hokett's got a lot of hype going into it. Next, we have Sean O'Malley versus Sahibi. Good to see Sugar Sean on this card. I'm not the biggest Sean O'Malley fan myself, but I do think that he is a very entertaining fighter, and I'm happy to see him on here. I do think the booking would have been better if he was fighting Corey Sandhagen or Umar Nurmagomedov, but as a whole, I don't think it's a bad fight. I think it'll be good. But now we get into the big fights on the card, which are all going to be very interesting to see. We have Pereira versus Cyril Gane for the interim heavyweight title. If Pereira wins, he will be the first UFC fighter to hold a belt in 3 different weight classes. Never been done before. Granted, it is an interim, it's not the undisputed, but if he wins the interim, that means he's next in line for a shot at the undisputed title. And if Aspinall's eye injury is as serious as people say it is, like to my knowledge, I don't know how true it is, but apparently he can't even legally drive anymore. That means that if he does vacate it, Pereira would get the belt. So he would be the first official UFC fighter to have 3 undisputed titles in 3 different weight classes. So as a whole, I mean, that puts him in GOAT conversation right there. He already is there to a degree. That would a lot of people would probably consider him the GOAT after that. But then we have the main event, which is going to be Ilya Tapira versus Justin Gaethje. This one is going to be a very interesting fight to watch. Right now, Ilya is a minus 535 point favorite. Gaethje is a plus 400 point underdog. For anybody listening who doesn't know what that means that if you bet $100 on Gaethje to win, you will lose $100. Ilya is going to win this one. I think most people are expecting Ilya to win this. Ilya's also he said on quote that he doesn't respect Gaethje because he made the fight personal because Gaethje brought up his divorce. And yeah, I mean, Ilya is the last person you want to piss off. He's basically the UFC's boogeyman at this point. He's the scariest fighter. He's the only fighter to be a double champ and go undefeated in the process. So, honest to God, like I was saying, if Pereira gets 3 titles in 3 weight classes, that arguably makes him the GOAT. But with the trajectory Ilya is going at, he could end up being the GOAT if he just keeps on going at the same path he's going on, where he just dominates everybody, knocks everybody out, wins every fight. It's going to be interesting to see how his career takes off. I mean, well, his career has already taken off. I don't mean to say that, but it's going to be interesting to see where it continues to go from here. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a very interesting card to watch. There are some fights and some fighters on here that I'm very hyped to see. But yeah, I mean, it'll be next Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yep.
Even if it being at the White House is very gimmicky.
President Donald Trump's birthday, June 14th, UFC White House fight. That is.
Yeah, also want to shout out Milton for the rose on TikTok. Thank you, bro.
Yes, dude. Shout out Milton for the rose toy. He sent 20 rose toys. Shout out Milton.
It's
means
Dude,
thank you,
also
Milton.
shout out SJ for joining. Shout out Jose for being here. Cam did not take 17 fireball shots at Wildfire, but he might next time he's there.
All right. That being said, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the NBA. The big elephant in the room. We're 3 games into the finals. We can't not talk about this. So far, 3 games deep. As of last Tuesday, we hadn't had one yet. Wednesday was game 1. The Knicks are leading the series 2-1 after taking the first 2 games in San Antonio, but the Spurs get their first game last night away at the Garden. Last week, Hunter, you asked me for my debate question, what would be worse for New York, win or lose? I kept it very short and sweet with my answer. I said either way, they're fucked. And we saw proof of that last night. They were rioting in the streets. It was just absolute hell in New York. They're still winning right now. They're up 2-1. They lost one
that's the
game. That was their
ridiculous part.
first loss, and they're already tearing the city to pieces. They're jumping Spurs fans on the street. I saw a video. I got to see the aftermath clip, too, of that guy. He was bloodied all over. His face was just beaten to shit, and they tore his jersey to shreds. It is just, it's not safe to be a Spurs fan in New York right now. It might not even be safe to be a Texan in New York, as you were saying earlier, Hunter.
Yeah.
It is just... Yeah, Knicks. Someone said in the Twitch chat, Knicks fans beat up other Knicks fans worse than Spurs fans. Yeah, literally, they're it's like mosh pits on the street when they win. They're rioting when they lose. It's crazy. They chased the Spurs bus. They got the team bus. They got to it. They were beating on it as they were trying to drive through the street. People were trying to get in front of it and get either hit by it to sue them or to just stop the bus as a whole so that they could just, who knows what. But it's just insane. Pray for New York. That's really all I can say. Hopefully, I'd love to see the Spurs win this. Either way, I'd be happy with either team winning, but I mean, just hope that it's not the Spurs in 6 at the Garden. I mean, that would just be terrible for the state of New York.
That would just be hell on earth, bro.
Yeah.
Like bad.
Yeah, but let's talk about the actual games. Turbo, I haven't heard much from you. Let's let you take lead on this. How you feeling watching these games? What is your opinion? What is your take?
For the road. Thank you, bro.
I think this series actually has been really good. It's been a lot of back and forth. Told you I don't sleep on New York. New York's been coming out firing at all cylinders. Spurs played really good last game, getting to the basket, getting a lot of fouls.
How about Castle?
I do think this series will go to 6 or 7 though. As much as I would love the Spurs to win, I just think I don't see how New York can lose 2 games back to back in Madison Square Garden.
It's going to happen, bro.
If it does, that's going to be sheesh. That's going to be hell for New York, losing 2 games at home after being up 2-0. It'd be awesome to see him win, though. Wemby's 3rd year.
Yeah, Turbo, pause for a second.
Yo,
Chev, thanks for the Summer of Live. Yo, Milton, thank you for the 70 Rose toys. Chev, thank you for the 35 goats.
I see what he did. I see.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Turbo.
Shout out Kitty. Shout out Kitty.
Yeah, shout out Kitty.
Also, but I just think it's gonna be a good game. I mean, it's good games all around. Saw a stat last night about when Jalen Brunson is being guarded by Castle. He had 14 points, and then he shot terrible. It was like 5 for like 16, 14 around there. But Brunson's still having a game. I mean, like every time they need a bucket, he's that guy that just goes and gets a bucket. It's tough as it is. No matter how good the defense is, he's
pulling him up from anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, Ashton, if the Knicks win, I mean, sheesh, that bet's looking really good.
I mean, he was low key. Like, if the Knicks would have lost game 2, like he would have been the reason, bro. He was selling like in the final 2 minutes of that game.
But I mean, even then, I mean, no Mikhail, no Cat, like those two guys
Mhm. Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah, Turbo,
Even
pause
Shen
again.
had a pretty good.
Bro, pride.
Shout out Chef for the Dolphins. Shout out Chef for the game controller.
Shout out Chef for his marriage. Shout out Chef.
Shout out Chef.
Congrats, Chef.
Congratulations, Chef.
Congratulations.
Chev and Ryan, that's huge. Yeah, dude. What about Harper, bro? He's playing like he's been to the finals before. Like this is just
Oh,
a
yeah,
regular.
dude,
This
that's
is just a
nuts.
regular
Harper's-
Tuesday afternoon street ball, bro. Like this is crazy. 20 years old, rookie. He's playing like he is been here every year of his life.
He's just
Yeah.
playing fearless, man.
Yeah,
He's playing like he wants that starting job. He wants De'Aaron to get traded,
yeah,
and he
dude.
wants that
He's
spot.
getting De'Aaron traded, bro. He's
Shout
making
out
it
Fox
happen.
does. Fox hit that dagger last game, but I
Yeah.
mean, that guy
He finally
Dylan
did
Harper-
something.
Yeah, game 2, he was the Spurs leading scorer. I mean, didn't see that coming, honestly. But doesn't mean much when it's a loss.
Dylan Harper's downhill driving ability is some of
Oh.
the best we've seen from a guard in quite some time.
Dude, it's incredible. He's really fun to watch. I mean, the Spurs as a whole, the cycle,
say,
we've
though,
talked
him and
about it
Castle-
before.
Him
They're-
and Castle, bro, like they need to get better from beyond the arc. Like that shit is
Dude,
like,
yeah,
that-
Castle especially, dude. Oh my God, him from the perimeter, it's just been hard to watch.
Castle could build a castle with all those damn bricks, bro. It's
Castle
bad.
hit a huge 3 last game, though. Not gonna lie,
yeah.
it ended up buzzing. But overall, it's just been a really good game. You like to see a series like this, back and forth. Like I said, I really think it's gonna be really hard for the Spurs to win 2 back-to-back.
Holy, shout out Milton, shout out Chev. 2 Galaxies, that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Let's go.
Hey,
Shout out me, Tim.
Shout out Meat 10, shout out Chev. That's awesome. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this here. Anyone else got anything they want to say? I mean, it's real exciting. We got game 4 tomorrow night in at the Garden again. And then we're back to San Antonio after that if hopefully the Spurs will keep this up. I mean, I'd really like to see 7 games out of this. And I mean, with as much money as it costs per ticket, I think we're actually going to get it. It's just too expensive right now. What was it? Game 3 ticket after game 2 was like $11,000, and Trump was there, so you had to be a ticket holder to be in anywhere near the proximity of the Garden. Imagine spending, as I was making this joke earlier, imagine spending $11,000 and the Secret Service like denies you through a security clearance because of your vape or something, some stupid inconvenience, like a $5 inconvenience, and you can't go to a game you spent $11,000 to go to because the president wanted to be there. Which I did see he fell asleep too. I mean,
if I spent 11 grand on a ticket and my team lost, I would probably riot too.
I would, yeah. Honestly, it kind of makes sense. I mean, I'm sure a lot of those people rioting probably weren't at the game.
No, they were not.
Yeah, they probably were not. But I definitely can understand it. I mean, I would be so upset to have to spend $11,000 and watch my team lose. That's
Did y'all see
terrible.
that clip of him like sleep in the pen or in the suite?
Yeah.
That
Stephen A had
was
something to say about that because they've
awesome.
been beefing, going back and forth about how Stephen A thinks it's stupid of Trump to go. Trump is a Knicks fan. He's from New York. The last time he got to see his team win a championship, he was my age. He was 26. I mean, I think it's fair for the guy to get to go watch his team play in the finals. He
Trump
literally,
already
like I
announced
said.
that he will not be at game 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect. That seems like it was a lot of work for him and probably
again-
way past his bedtime.
Jackson
He still
Darko
probably
on
hasn't even
Twitter
woken up
either.
yet.
Yeah,
He's probably still sleeping.
Actually, shout out to Chev for the corgi. That's
Dude, shout out to Christian for the 6'7" goats. Let's go. And Chev with the corgi, you're right. And then Milton sent like another 50 Rose toys.
yeah, y'all are killing it today, man.
Dude,
Thank
yeah.
y'all.
Let's
Go.
go.
Thank
Shout
you,
out,
everybody.
shout
We
out
appreciate
chat. This is awesome. That's all we've got as far as already broken news goes. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here and move into Tailing Turbo. Let's see what your slip looks like for tomorrow night, Turbo. Did you send it in already, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, I've got four interesting players that I really like tomorrow. Starting off with De'Aaron Fox, over 6 assists. I think he's been playing decent, not the best basketball, but he has been a guy that's handling the rock, so expect him to dish it. Dylan Harper, as we've been speaking, has been playing really good. I expect him to have a pretty good game three. I mean, game four, especially because Wemby's probably going to be a little tired after playing a lot of minutes last night. Um, Landry Shamet, his job is to come in and shoot the ball, 5 threes. That's like my favorite prop of this slip is him. And then Castle slash Sky, he's going to get to the rim. He's going to get fouled. 4 free throws, twice to the free throw line. That's all I need.
All right. Yeah. No, I can.
I also might take the over as well, but we're seeing about that.
I could see this Castle free throws being easy. I mean, you saw it literally last night. He's getting fouled every time he tries to drive. Shamit too. I mean, he didn't have any points in the first half. I got a lot of minutes with Bridges being in foul trouble in the first. So I mean, it's possible. We've seen a lot of him on the court lately too. All he needs to do is just shoot the shots for us to hit. So Harp, I see 14 points. He had a bit of a slower game scoring last night, but I mean, he is the pace of that Spurs team. I mean, he's looking like the most fierce and forceful person out there next to Wemby. So, I mean, I like that too. And then, I mean, D Fox is just D Fox. I'm not gonna make any comments there. But I like it, Turbo. I like it. Let's hope this hits. Blake Nolan says, "Do not tail that shit. What the fuck?" Milton said, "He's not gonna be tired, fam." What? Christian says, "Weak ass slip." Yeesh, Turbo, you're getting some heat in the chat.
It's cool.
We'll let you clap back.
Expect
We'll let
you
you clap
guys
back with a
throwing the
win.
gamble button.
We'll let you clap back with a win. Tailing Turbo, we are 1-7 so far. Let's make it 2-7 as of tomorrow night.
2-8.
Yeah, go.
2-8. Would
Yeah.
have we been? Yeah,
You got to
right.
add one to both.
Yeah, no, that's the wins and the loss ratio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
So-
more sense.
2-8 would be the Mendoza line. So.
He's 1 for 8, huh?
Yeah, one for 8.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
1-7 is the win loss ratio, but we'll fix that up. There's still time to clear to even it out, go neutral, get back to a 1.0 on this season. With that being said, before we wrap up Tailing Turbo here, the NBA will be coming to an end soon, and we do want to keep bets going out. So we're going to find other things to bet on. Baseball and everybody's favorite sport, the WNBA, will be in full swing throughout the summer. So we'll have a lot to bet on. Might not be much to talk about, but we'll do our best to get the best picks out there to you guys. But yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and move on into trivia.
All right, let's get into it, everybody. All right, give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, got the trivia pulled up right here. All right. Ashton, per usual, I'm going to go ahead and give you the first one. Chicago Bears intend to build a new stadium in Hammond, Indiana. Can you name me the only NFL teams that play their home games in a different state? Let me know if you need any hints for this one.
I know that MetLife Stadium is in New Jersey. So that's 2 of
That
them.
is true. Yeah,
Be
that's
the
true.
Jets and the
Jets and
Giants.
Yeah, that's 2 out of 3. There's one team
Yeah.
that you're missing.
Give me a hint for the last one.
They share a division with one of the teams we just listed.
Oh, the Commanders.
Yep. It's the Commanders. It's the Giants, the Jets, and the Commanders. The Giants and the Jets both play in New Jersey instead of New York. Granted, there's really no space to put a stadium in downtown Manhattan, but, I mean, they just have to go with what they can. And
Yeah.
the Commanders playing Maryland instead of the District of Columbia. But the Commanders do plan to return back to DC by 2030. So after a while, this list will be just the Giants, the Jets, and the Bears because for some reason they think Hammond, Indiana is like a tourist spot. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, dude, you've
but
never been to
I'm
Hammond,
not from
Indiana?
Chicago.
You've never
Have
been
you
to...
been to Hammond, Indiana? Has anybody in Chicago been to Hammond, Indiana?
Dude, yeah, like all of my favorite memories are from my times that I've spent in Hammond, Indiana.
Has
Yeah,
anyone
we got a
outside of
really-
Hammond,
we got a really
Indiana,
nice-
been to Hammond, Indiana?
I looked up their population and it's like 75,000 people. I'm like, oh my God, I think Green Bay has more people.
Yes, Milton, you and Chev both should send another galaxy.
Hey, shout out
Alright.
Sam Jones too, man.
Yeah, shout out SJ.
Shout out. All right,
Yo,
Ken,
Sam
I
Jones
got
already
you for this
answered.
next one.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Which NBA player has scored the most points during the 2020 so far?
Well, I already knew the answer to this before SJ blurted it out rudely in the chat, but it
Alright.
is my white knight, my goat, Luka Doncic, my favorite player in the league right now.
All
I
right,
said it
well,
twice.
good to see some crowd participation here.
Mhm.
But yeah, he scored 13,495 points. He's averaging about 30.5 points per game across like all the games he's played, and he's currently 492 points ahead of Jokic, who's in second place, and he's played about like 60 less games too. So
Yeah, he
there,
is.
I mean, honestly, like with the trajectory he's at and like his accolades, I feel like he could be like this NBA's version of Carmelo Anthony, if that makes any sense.
I don't know, man. Keep him healthy, keep him in shape on a good diet, and I mean, I think you can say that he will rival LeBron's record.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I don't think
Luca
it's-
on a good diet will not happen. That's just not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's
I mean, this
definitely
could be a debate topic for another day.
he's definitely gotten in better shape since he's gone to LA. But I agree with you. Yeah, his first triple double in LA was at In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. All right.
Yo, Blake Nolan.
I don't even think the chat is going to know this one, but Jake, I'm going to give this one to you. Which Division 1 FBS program has won the most games without winning a national title? And Jake, I'm just going to tell you this, I don't even think you're going to get this one.
Yo, real quick, shout out Blake Nolan for all the many different gifts.
Yeah, man, we got dolphins flying around in the chat. This
Dolphins,
is crazy.
Rose Toys, GGs. We're getting them all
Uh,
right now.
Go.
See.
Shout
All
out you
right,
guys.
so man, I mean, I'm the Oregon Ducks. If they're not number one, they have to be close, but that feels like the safest bet. So I'm gonna go with Oregon.
It's not Oregon. I thought it
No.
was going to be them, but it's not.
It's not Oregon. Okay.
Not
Are we
Oregon.
looking at a team that's like a Power Four, like well-known school here? I'm assuming.
I mean, they're a Power 4 school.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well
Oh
known.
man, I mean, there's got to be. Like, I'm just thinking of like I'm assuming has like a team like Pitt has Pitt ever won a national championship?
Yeah, Pitt has won multiple.
Yeah.
They have.
I think like the
It is,
80s. Right?
it is interesting you mentioned Pitt, though, but I'm just going to leave it at that.
Interesting. I mentioned Pitt. So is it like an ACC school, maybe? Like
Not an ACC school.
no. Um. Pitt. I don't know. Pitt. They have like. I mean, I think Notre Dame is like a rival of them, obviously. But Notre Dame, as you know, they have like they have so many national championships. But their other big rival is West Virginia. It's not West Virginia, is it?
It's West Virginia.
Are you
I
serious?
would have never gotten this until I looked it up. I was like, "There's no fucking way this is right," but it
That was
is.
a great question.
Wow.
Yeah, they have 791 total wins, which put them at 16th all time, the highest win overall total wins for a team that hasn't won it. They've come close twice. They lost to Notre Dame in the 1989 Fiesta Bowl, which effectively was the national championship. If West Virginia won, they would have claimed the title, shared it with Miami, but they ended up losing that game. And I think that was also Notre Dame's last national title victory too. And then in 2007, this one's definitely more brutal. They were ranked number 2 going into their final regular season game. They didn't have a conference championship, but they lost to Pitt, who was 13-9. They lost to Pitt in a game that was where the score was 13-9, and going into that game, Pitt was 4-7 on the year. So Pitt was basically fighting just to ruin West Virginia's season, and they did. Because if West Virginia won that game, they would have been in that national championship game, and who knows what would have happened. They might have won it because they had Pat White at quarterback. He was a dog. Who knows what would have happened, but I mean, it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, that's why I said it was very interesting you mentioned Pitt because they ruined the best chance that team had of winning a national title.
Yeah, if you can't win a national title with Geno Smith as your QB, though, like that's kind of on you.
That is also true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good on you for somehow getting West Virginia. I would have never gotten that myself. Turbo, let's see if you can get this one. The last time the USA didn't win gold at the Olympic Games was back in 2004 for this is for basketball, by the way. I forgot to word that.
Yeah.
Last time the USA didn't win gold at the Olympic Games for basketball was 2004. What country won that year?
Sheesh. Off rip, I'm just thinking Australia, just Patty Mills. I'm trying to
Not
think of who else
Australia.
would be good. Not Australia, okay. Not Australia. What's another dark horse? France, maybe?
Not France.
Not France. Who's pretty good and plays overseas now? Let's say was this recent? Like maybe like recent or
2004.
oh wait, no, it's 2004.
2004.
Fuck. So I gotta think of like old players that were good and European.
Hey, shout out to Blake for the Galaxy. Appreciate it, man.
Yo, shout out Blake Nolan. Let's go. 3 galaxies. You guys rock.
Turbo, there's other countries outside of Europe.
Yeah, there are.
I'm
I'll
trying
give you
to
a
think
hint.
of like
I'll give you a
players
hint
that are
just
like,
so you can narrow it down. It's a South American
This
country.
what?
South American.
And that probably don't even help this dude, bro.
That's like 2004. Who's good in 2004 and plays in the South American? Oh, let's just go with Spurs GOAT legend Manu Ginobili and Argentina.
Great fucking guess. You got it.
Wow.
Took a
There
while,
you
but
go.
yeah, it's Argentina. They beat the U.S.
Hey, take a
89 to
little hint,
81
bro.
in the semifinals. Ultimately beat Italy 84-69 in the gold medal game. The U.S. didn't even get silver in this; they got bronze because Manu beating them. But yeah, all in all, this just adds to his legacy as a basketball player. But I mean,
Manu.
yeah, so far to this day, Argentina is the last country to win gold in basketball that wasn't the U.S.
Manu
France
Ginobili.
probably has
fact,
the
the
best chance to
17
do it going forward.
The
Yeah.
17U or 18U just lost as well, and that was the first time in like forgot how many years, but it was like 8+
Basketball's getting
years.
more international than ever. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
the last American MVP. I think we went over in the first episode. The last American MVP in the NBA was James Harden.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
sheesh,
I
the
mean,
beard.
Manu Ginobili, the man that caught a bat on the court.
yeah, that also adds to
That's
his
it.
legendary
Yeah,
status.
dude, that's
Ashton,
insane.
you get without a doubt the easiest question of the day. But who was
Let's
the
go.
last NFL player to win MVP and Super Bowl in the same season?
Um, hmm, hmm, probably gonna have to be Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes. Won both back in 2022. He beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and he was the first player to actually do both of these since Kurt Warner back in 1999, which I didn't expect. But yeah, when I was going through the list of all the
Wow.
MVPs, I was like, oh, really? So you have to go all the way back to Kurt Warner before somebody else did it.
That's kind of
So-
crazy.
It is crazy. I would have expected Brady to be on it at
Yeah,
least once,
right?
but he wasn't.
Hmm.
All right. We got a multiple choice question. Cam, this one's going to you.
Right.
Who of the following is the only NBA player to win MVP but miss the playoffs? We got Russell Westbrook. We got Dirk Nowitzki. We got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and we've got Wilt Chamberlain.
I know it's not Dirk. I know that for sure. I want to say it's either Russ or Kareem. I don't think it was Wilt. There's just no way back then he could just literally be on the court by himself and be in the playoffs. I'm thinking it's Kareem. I'm thinking there was a season he missed. I think that just makes I think this is a logical answer here. I don't think it would be Russ, but I'm gonna go with
Final
Kareem.
answer?
Lock in Kareem.
All right, good lock in. Yeah, it is Kareem.
All right.
Yeah, because Russell made the playoffs when he won it. But yeah, Kareem won the MVP back in 75-76, where the Lakers went 40-42 and he missed the playoffs. He averaged about like 27.7 points per game, 17 rebounds, 4.2 blocks. Had a great year. Didn't make the playoffs. Still won MVP. Only player to ever do it.
Yeah,
Makes sense. It would be Kareem because I mean I feel like the bar was a lot lower back then.
Yeah.
I mean, not that he's bad by any means. That's not what I'm saying. But we'll never see an MVP miss the playoffs ever again. I feel.
No, I think there's, especially right now
Yeah.
with the tanking issue, there are too many teams that are just complete.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
And
Kareem's like
as-
third best NBA player all time, but
Yeah.
this is the only time we'll ever see this happen. All right, Jake, you probably have the dumbest question that we have of the day. Who are the only teams to score on a 1-point safety in college football? My personal favorite play in football.
All right, so I do remember that Oregon and the Fiesta Bowl did this. They did
Yeah,
it against
that's
Kansas
probably the most
State,
known
right?
one.
That was a real thing. That was in like I don't know, I don't know what the year was. I don't have to get the year. I just have to get the teams, right?
Yeah, you just have to get the team. So Oregon scored a 1-point safety, and it was really funny
Okay.
too because the ref had to say we have an unusual ruling before he explained what happened.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't even know this has happened a second time. So the fact that Oregon wasn't the first, I'm gonna need like some sort of a hint here. Like, is this like a well-known? This is like a well-known D1 program, I'm assuming.
Yes. They're a national title contender this year.
Damn. I mean, with all these teams are all spending like 50 million nowadays, this could be anybody. But I don't know, is Miami maybe?
Not Miami. They could beat a team with their twos and their or they could beat a team's schedule with their twos and their threes. I'll
this is
just say
Texas.
that. Yeah, it's Texas. I feel like that gave it away way too much, but I just wanted to like get that out there. I had to get the joke in, but yeah, it's Texas and Oregon. Texas scored a 1-point safety against A&M back in 2004, and Oregon scored a 1-point safety against Kansas State back in the Fiesta Bowl. For those who don't know what a 1-point safety is, it occurs on a PAT attempt where the defense somehow gets possession of the ball, usually on a block kick. They run out of the end zone, for some reason run back into the end zone, and then they get tackled. It's only ever happened twice. It's never happened in the pros. We'll probably never see it happen in the NFL. But the most interesting fact about this is that Brad Nessler was the commentator on both of these games when it happened.
Yeah, lightning doesn't
strike. The first lightning doesn't strike twice except for Brad Nessler.
Yeah.
The first time it happened, like if you go back and listen to him talk about it, it's really funny because the first time it happened, he had no idea what was going on. He was so confused. Like he was like, "Why do they have 13 points? I mean, they missed the extra point. What's going on?" And like I think they missed what the refs were calling, and he was so confused. And then the second time it happened, he was the only person that actually knew what was going on because he had seen it before. So yeah, I mean, wackiest thing ever about the 1-point safety is that he called it for both. My personal favorite play in football. I love it. I hope that we see it again, but I'm not sure when that'll be because teams should be smarter now to avoid it. And Turbo, you got the last question. Which NBA player has lost the most playoff games?
He's also won the most. LeBron James.
Yeah, LeBron James.
LeBron!
LeBron! But yes, LeBron. He's lost 114. The GOAT! Exactly. Yeah, he's lost 114 out of 302, but he still has a 62.2 win percentage in the playoffs. Basically, he's competed in the most, he's won the most, and he's lost the most. Like the only reason he's lost the most is because of how many he's actually played.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I mean, true goat shit
300
right here.
Yeah.
But
302
yeah,
playoff games played, and he wasn't even a first round exit this year at the ripe age of what, 41, 42, playing with just his son out there and a couple of other fellows because the real roster wasn't healthy.
LeBron and them.
Yeah, LeBron and friends all over
LeBron and
again.
friends.
He's
All right,
getting
that's
one
all the
more, bro.
trivia I've got for today.
LeBron is getting
But
one
thank you
more.
guys for partaking, and thank you for the chat for getting involved.
Yeah. Thank you, chat. We'd love to see you guys involved. We'd love to see that more out of you guys. We want this trivia to be for everybody. So have fun with it. If you see a question you want to answer, throw it out there. I see that's been going on through both or all of the chats. So it's awesome. Keep it up. What do we got next, Hunter? Moving into
Up next, we got some debate topics. In case this is anybody's first time watching, the way this is going to work, I'm going to give everybody about a minute and a half to go over a topic that I give them. Whenever there's about 30 seconds left, I'm going to hit the bell sound, so you have to wrap it up. Once you hit a minute and 30, that's your sign to shut up, stop talking, and then we can kind of debrief on what you just said. But yeah, let me go ahead and get my timer set up real quick. And then Ashton, I'll go ahead and give you the first question, kind of in the same order that we did with the trivia. Ashton, the question that I have for you, yeah, Spurs won yesterday, but they're still down 2-1 in the series. What do the Spurs need to do to come back? Starting now.
So, I mean, everyone's obvious answer here is just, I mean, Wimby. Wimby has to play lights out one, which I mean, he's been playing pretty much lights out the entire playoffs, but he needs to play lights out. Just keep doing what he's doing. And another thing that's going to contribute is probably Luke Cornett being in there whenever Wimby needs a breather. He's got to play locked down as well, because you'll see it. There's this little tug of war that kind of goes on whenever they're with the scoring, where Wimby goes out, the Spurs get down, like 7 to 10 points, and then he comes back in and pulls it closer. They can't just rely on the Knicks having another fluke game like they did last game, where there's fouls everywhere, and two of your big role players are pretty much absent, and it's all on Jalen Brunson. As much as I love the guy, I don't think he can do it alone. So, I mean, it's going to be a phenomenal series either way. But really, what you need is your big man. It's a big man competition for Spurs, basically, for me at least.
Yeah, I'll give you a quote from a very legendary quote from the great Nico Harrison when he traded Luka Doncic away. Defense wins championships. I mean,
Hey man,
yeah,
don't speak his name in here, bro.
he's gone now. The bad man's gone now. The bad man's gone. We don't have to
The
worry
bad man
anymore.
can't hurt us.
The bad man can't hurt you anymore. But yeah, no, I agree. Both big men have to be locked in, and you got to be playing both ends of the court. That's a great take, Ashton.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Jake and Turbo, you guys have any ideas?
Nah, I mean, I think obviously it'd be a huge plus if the Spurs could have, a game where they shoot really well beyond the arc, but that's just not really their game. They win on defense and points off turnovers. But I think the Knicks, I don't think the Spurs are gonna win the series. They kind of just dug themselves into a huge hole when they went down 2-0 at home. But I mean, I think if they could extend it to like 6 games, then I guess it's not gonna look that bad in the end, but I do think the Spurs they're gonna have to shoot a lot better because these games where they start off real fast, they just end up getting the Knicks end up catching up because the Spurs go cold from deep and the Knicks can just pour it on like it's nothing. So I don't know. I'd say shooting, but yeah, obviously it just helps when the Knicks they're also not shooting well and they're fouling too. So
yeah. I mean, I still think the Spurs have a good chance in the series because I mean, it's only happened 5 times before where a team has gone down 2-0 and won the finals. But I mean, if I could absolutely see the Spurs doing it, so
Yeah,
we'll see how
we've
the rest of
seen
the series goes. But
we've seen the Spurs playing great. They've started off every game so far, leading the first half. I know they fell to a 7 point trail at the end of the first half last night, but I mean, we've seen them stay in the game all the way. Their first two losses are just from falling apart in the final minutes. So if they could play like they did last night, start to finish, high intensity, and playing like they want to win and taking advantage of the sloppy play and all the fouls from the Knicks. I mean, I can absolutely see this going to 7 games and being a Spurs championship.
and Cam, kind of touching on that, that actually kind of leads into the next debate topic. If the Spurs do win the finals, will Wimby be more hated in New York than Trae Young?
Oh
Starting
wow.
now.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess you got to kind of look back at the why they hate Trey Young. Uh, Trey made his playoff debut back in 2021 against the Knicks, so that was Julius Randle back then before he got traded. D Rose, RJ Barrett. That was a different team entirely back then. But I mean, I think it's a lot different now being on this stage. They're in the finals. They're in a rematch with the Spurs from the last time they've been in the finals. I think absolutely they're going to hate Wemby more. I mean, look at it last night, like we were talking about earlier. They just lost one game and they're jumping Spurs fans in the cities. They ripped that kid's Wemby jersey to shreds and then they beat the crap out of him just because he's trying to walk home or to his car or trying to get out of the city. The guy immediately started running. People started chirping at him and he started sprinting away and they just started throwing hands on him immediately. And I think that New York is going to be hating Wemby fans and Spurs fans a lot more. We said it earlier. You said your mom was asking you about taking a trip to New York and you were like, oh, it might be fun to bring my Wemby jersey. Maybe not so much anymore after last night. I mean, you said it. You don't even want to tell people that you're from Texas when you go up there. So I mean, I guess that kind of answers the question right there. It is the Spurs. It is Wemby. I think they will hate him a lot more than Trey Young. Plus, Trey Young's never really panned out to do much so far. I mean, we'll see what happens with the Wizards. But yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
you're
if you
wrong.
beat them in the finals, well, I mean, I think that if you beat them in the finals, you're going to be hated. But also, Trey Young isn't even involved
Mm.
in playoff series, and they're still saying "fuck Trey Young."
Yeah, right.
So I mean, yeah,
It's
they'll
not
still
even about.
probably.
I think it's more about the way how Trey Young did it. Trey Young was out there like he was shooting dice on the court. He was like, "Boo, boo, take
Yeah,
y'all sorry at home." And
he
I don't know.
was
It's
the
just
villain of
because like
that
when
series for sure. And
Wemby wasn't like Wemby being
Wemby
disrespectful.
Wemby was kind of being a villain. I mean, you saw him push Brunson to the floor. Shaq doubled down on it. He said, "Do it harder." He said, "Push him harder, bro." He said, "Show him." He said, "Get out my face, little man." I mean, Wemby can
I
be. He
did
can
see that part.
absolutely be the villain here if he wants to be. But I mean, I don't think that he would be. You know, him going through all of that recovery from the blood clot, training as a monk. I mean, he's trying to do things to be the good guy, the hero of the NBA. So, um,
Good versus evil.
yeah, right.
Yeah, honestly, we won't really know the answer to this until the finals are over, and
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
the Spurs do win.
the Spurs
But I
would
mean, it
have
wouldn't
to. I
surprise
mean,
me if both of
regardless.
them are up there.
Yeah, I think even regardless, just making it a competitive series and winning a game away at the Garden already would
Yeah,
fuel Knicks fans enough to hate Wemby.
100%. All right, Jake, I've got you for this next one, and this is the only non-basketball related question that we've got for the debate topics, but we did touch on it earlier. Uh, do you think that Brandon Ayuk is a talented enough receiver to warrant the way he's been acting? Starting now.
Well, if we're getting the 2024 version of Brandon Ayuk, like I'm not gonna justify his behavior. Like I don't think anyone's good enough to be doing what he's doing, like posting on social media like the way he is after a warrant's been made for his arrest. But like if it was the 2024 version of Ayuk, you'd at least say it and be like, yeah, like we'll at least look past some of this stuff. Like now it's like him coming off an ACL, MCL, meniscus tear. He hasn't even played. He didn't play football at all last year and the year before. He's just kind of made a dumbass out of himself. Not even kind of. He is like he is like what do we say? He's the first guy to get CTE from a knee injury. Like, bro, like he is dumb as shit. I'm gonna say no. Um, but I mean, I do want to like at least give him like some flowers. Like when we saw him last on the field for a full season, like he was damn near a top 5 receiver in the league that year. I mean, he had 1,300 yards with Brock Purdy. Literally just over a little over 100 targets. Like he was the best pass catcher in that offense for a Super Bowl offense. They almost won the Super Bowl, but yeah, I don't think anyone's hurt their reputation more over the last 2 years in sports than Brandon Ayuk, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think under any circumstance the way like I mean, I don't think you can have like a lot of talent and then get away with like how you've been like how Brandon Ayuk has. Because you got to think too, like I mean, when you think of like somebody like Antonio Brown, like he's probably the best example you can have of somebody who is like objectively one of the best at what he does, and then he's just so stupid that it just ruins everything. Like
Yeah,
nobody
even
took him seriously anymore at that. Everybody knew he was a great receiver. Nobody wanted him
I mean,
except
even
for like the
Antonio
Patriots,
Brown,
and then
like
they had
he
to let
got
him come.
cut. He got cut from the Raiders, not at his peak, obviously. Like his prime, he was maybe still in his prime, but like on the back end of it, he got cut from the Raiders, and he got cut from the Patriots in the same year. If he's that good and he can't even stay on a roster, I don't know how any GM is looking at Brandon Ayuk right now with his situation, saying, "Yeah, I want to bring that guy into my locker room and have him work as my
Exactly.
quarterback." I don't care how close you are if you played with him in college. It's just gonna end up in flames.
Yeah, nobody's gonna want to trade for Ayuk because at this
Right.
point you're like, dude, his trade value is in the toilet.
Yeah,
Like not
no,
even in the
no,
toilet. They flushed the toilet and it's in the sewage.
no trade value. I think he'll just be lucky that the Commanders pick him up out of free agency on a minimum contract. And I mean that would be something that an offer he literally can't refuse because he'll be at that point where there is nothing else. And maybe that'll be an eye-opening moment for him. Football fan in the chat says Ayuk out Le'Veon Bell. Um, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a
But
combination between Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown.
yeah, Brandon Ayuk is just not the kind of guy to be doing stuff like this. It's just I think it's insane.
Imagine if this was somebody like Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson doing
Yeah,
this
someone
too.
that
That would make
actually,
this
well, I
even.
mean, Antonio Brown was at one point the top receiver in the league, and he did do this. I mean, by the point he started really acting like this, it was out of his prime, especially when he walked off the field in that Bucks game, took his jersey off, his pads off, and everything, and gave a peace out to the fans. Um, but
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
literally, Ayuk has just gone insane.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question because I feel like I brought up like a few, or some call them hypotheticals. I call them Justin Herberts. But let's go ahead and move on to the next question.
Had to look at Ashton for that one.
Yeah, Turbo.
I
I'm going to
hate
give you the
Justin
last
Herbert.
debate topic that we. Yeah, I mean, hey, one of these days I might give you a debate topic just so you can go off on him, but not today. Turbo, you got the last one. We're going back to basketball, back to the finals. Last week, you said that the Knicks were going to win the finals. What do you think they have to do to close out the series?
Realistically, they just gotta keep playing the way they've been playing. Uh, some guys are gonna have better nights than others, obviously, but those key guys need to have good games because if they don't, these Spurs will have a good game. The Spurs are behind, so they're more hungry right now. I would like to say, but all the Knicks need to do realistically is just shoot the ball like lights out, how they have been doing. Cat stepping up, playing defense, being a double machine. Mikhail and OG getting like at least 15, 14 points a game and it's playing defense the way they are. Shamit off the bench with Deuce McBride also making open shots whenever they can, playing and trying to play defense. They're a little smaller, so it's kind of easier for the Spurs. But if they're shooting lights out like they were in 1 and 2, I think the Knicks are just a very hard team to beat when they're shooting like that, especially when you got that guy like Jalen Brunson. Whenever like they are getting stopped, you got Jalen Brunson to just give it to, and he'll go get that tough bucket for you. So as long as I think Cat needs to just step it up, Cat needs to step up the entire finals, and I think they will be fine. But if he's not producing, then the Knicks will obviously be behind.
Yeah.
You just barely missed out on the get out being screamed at you. Good job.
That was a good take, Turbo. I agree. I mean, Cat not being a non-factor last night was huge. I think the biggest kind of under the radar non-factor was Mikal Bridges. He only had 2 points. He's been on
Yeah,
fire in all of
yeah.
those games over the last month to get them to this point. And him just he had probably a,
He had 2
one.
points, 1 for 5.
Yeah.
Hold-
One bucket on the game. I saw one rebound. That's all I saw all night.
He had a like 7 RA, but
Okay, but
even then, that's just not good. 2
not enough
points, 1
production.
for
Not enough
Even
production.
Chet got 4 points.
5.
Maybe he stopped at 2 out of respect for Chet.
Yeah, must have. He must have. But yeah, no, both of those guys. I mean, you could have made a case in the first 2 games for Cat being the Finals MVP, and he was basically almost nowhere to be found last night, and that is a huge issue for the Knicks, especially when he is your uh, priority number one Wemby stopper. You're gonna have to be locked in. Um, as
Yeah,
a-
when Cat's playing his best basketball, I think that gives the Knicks the best chance to succeed.
Absolutely, yeah. And that
I
team, I
agree
mean,
as well.
Yeah.
that team's got a lot of chemistry. They go back. They're all best friends. So I'm sure it is probably pretty easy to keep each other accountable. But I mean, it's such a crazy finals that we're getting this year. We're getting one team of guys that have been in the league for a little bit, that have known each other for so long, college teammates, and then you're getting another team that's so young and has never been on this stage before. Uh, I think this is just great. And we're getting so much out of it. Each game's been so fun to watch. Um, Either way, I'm happy with this finals. It doesn't matter who wins to me. I'm gonna be satisfied
Yeah.
either way. This is the best we could have gotten. I'm just so happy the Thunder are not here. And
Oh, 100%.
we kind of
Anyone
touched,
but the Thunder.
yeah, literally, we kind of touched on it before, how it's a cycle with every super team, every dynasty. It goes from uh, teams real bad, gets a bunch of good picks, drafts really well. Then you start thinking, oh, they're going to be the team that can stop this super team. And then, oh, they did it. They stopped the super team. Oh, now they're the super team. I don't really think I'll see that with the Spurs. I think they're just fun to watch. I like this team. They're not like the Thunder. They're not, winning their games off of flops. So I'm just excited for the future that the Spurs are going to have, and I think it's going to be very, very fruitful for San Antonio fans. Robert Wild says Cam's gay. Thank you, Bobby. Only for you, sweetheart. Real quick before we wrap today, before we jump into chat engagement, Deb Hurst one. I want to say thank you for the heart. It's very kind of you. Don't know if you're still here, but before we move on and start closing out, I do want to touch on this. I forgot to bring it up in already broken news, but Brendan Sorsby, the NCAA has lifted, or did they agree to his appeal and lifted his ban from playing. I want to touch on this real quick before we go, and we'll talk more about this next week, obviously. But yeah, I just got a notification that the Big 12 ADs are holding a call to air out their grievances over the Sorsby ruling. So, what do you guys think about this? I think this is great
I
for
think
Texas Tech.
I think this
Yeah,
is
obviously it's great
ridiculous.
for tech, but like for the overall like landscape of sports, like it's really bad just because you got guys in the NFL getting, they got to find a way to get reinstated because they bet on games in the
We got
past.
we got we got Terry Rozier in prison right now.
Yeah.
The FBI raiding his house. Like,
Beauties.
It's amazing how every year goes by and it just proves that the rules in college football do not matter.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
like I
it's
mean,
Did you
ridiculous
did
that
y'all
they're
see
letting
the
him play.
thing with
if this
the
happened
football
20
player?
years, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, he is not playing another game.
Mm-hmm.
Where there was this football player, he bet like $2,700 and he got banned from the NCAA for life, like a couple years ago, I
Yeah.
think.
Was he tailing turbo or what?
Probably not.
No, but I
Depends
just
on if
think
he
it's
won or not.
crazy because like he was fixing games basically
Mm-hmm.
because he was betting on himself, wasn't he?
I mean, he was just betting on. From what I
I
heard,
He was
thought
betting on the team to win, I think.
yeah, but it was also like it wasn't like any more than like $2.50. Like he was just. It was like it seems almost like he was doing it.
Um,
Oh, like I might as well, I might as well. Like there's
yeah.
a sports game going on. Like even if I get to watch from the sideline, like I'll place a bet down and make it competitive myself, But I don't think if I had to guess, like no one knew of it, and then it obviously like it came to light, and it just happened to come to light at the worst time for Texas Tech. But I mean, the fact that he only got a 2-game suspension and like he still gets to play college football, that's just the biggest slap on the wrist like I think I've ever seen. Like it's straight bullshit, dude. But
I saw something about Big Ten teams talking about sitting out. They're like Nebraska,
yeah,
Oregon.
Nebraska and Georgia said that they would not schedule Texas Tech in any sport going forward.
Yep. hmm
yeah, I guess that's probably good for Nebraska. They'd probably lose, but Georgia,
Yeah,
Georgia would be they could probably that would be a good like a good series, I guess.
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I think that a big part of the reason is because Tech is a potential like has a good chance at making the college football playoffs. They probably will make the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs. They made it last year.
I mean, dude,
They're
have
the
you seen
favorite in the Big
Texas Tech's
12.
schedule?
Yeah. I mean, they're going to make it. But
They're
the reason that I
gonna
say that is
not
because
gonna
when you
lose
have
a
a
game.
team, yeah, they're not going to lose a game. But the reason I'm saying that is because like when you have a team that has like a really good chance to go far, or like not maybe not go far, but at least make the playoffs, and then you have a team like maybe like let's say somebody from like Central Michigan, like that team has no chance. Sorry if somebody is a huge Central Michigan fan in the chat. I doubt it though. But
I'm
like
pretty sure
imagine
that's
like
where that
somebody
guy
there.
played. The one who got banned. Pretty sure he played at Central Michigan. It's funny that you say
Oh
that.
my God.
Yeah,
That was just a complete guess on my part,
yeah,
but yeah, like if somebody from Central Michigan was doing this, he's not playing anything. But because Texas Tech is a playoff contender, they're just going to be like,
right.
okay, let's just like act like this isn't as big of a deal as it is. So it really only if it affects you depending on like your prestige and what you're at, and
Yeah.
your like perceived like what you can do this season. So I mean, yeah, like that's and also like, what's the point of the NCAA if a random judge could just be like, nah, he's fine.
Yeah.
Like at this point, what good is the NCAA?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. That is a great point. I've turned into another debate in itself there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hunter's question.
I think it
yeah, that
just
was my debate topic.
yeah. There we go. We'll start throwing something in there at the end for you each time.
Oh, thank you.
But yes, seriously though, I mean that just kind of contradicts everything. Um, how can sports betting be something for fans to participate in if they're going to allow players to do this and not suffer any consequences? I mean, then any player could be doing it. They could be fixing games. How are you supposed to enjoy that as a fan and a better yourself? I mean, it's not like you'll ever know what's possible. And I just think it sucks to see guys getting arrested for this, guys spending time in prison, their careers ending over this, and then another guy is gonna get told he's getting a little slap on the wrist because he didn't bet that much and it wasn't a game he was involved in. Um, like, I mean, it sucks, but I'm sure everyone at Tech is happy.
Yeah, I mean they're probably throwing a party tonight and tomorrow night and the night after that.
And they threw one yesterday, 2 days
There,
ago, 3 days ago.
You know what? Speaking of, if you are a student at Texas Tech to celebrate Brendan Sorsby being reinstated into the NCAA, you should go see our friend and one of our biggest supporters of the show, Blake Nolan at Crickets. Tonight, tomorrow night, the night after, every single night. Go to Crickets in Lubbock and have yourself a time. Absolutely awesome place, run by two incredibly awesome guys, Blake and Barter. Shout out Blake and Barter.
Shout out.
Yep. Shout out. Well, that being said, let's go ahead. I don't know if we got a lot of stragglers left here in the chat. Anyone want to throw any comments, questions, or concerns in the chat for us to engage with? We will do a little bit of chat engagement before we get into garbage time and wrap up. I'm not seeing anything on either of my chats. Football fan said earlier during trivia, I forgot to mention this. Hammond is on the border of Chicago, he says, so it's pretty much in the same place.
I mean, it's still in a different state,
Yeah.
though.
Technically, it is. It does fall in a different state, so they do qualify for that question. What that makes it three fields, but 4 teams that play in different states.
Yeah, because I thought they were going to do, I think it was Arlington Heights is what they called it.
He also
I thought that they bought that land, and I thought they were going to build a stadium there, but I guess they're going to Hammond.
Yeah, I don't know. Football fan also said earlier that Nico traded both Brunson and Luca. I don't think
know.
Nico wasn't there back then. And that was Mark
Well-
Cuban's fault. He offered a slap in the face contract to Brunson. I think it was like only 55 million total. And
I think
Brunson's-
Nico was there, but I don't think they traded Brunson.
No,
I think it was
no,
just
he
that
left.
they didn't. The Knicks offered Brunson
Way more.
the
Yeah.
contract, and the Mavericks didn't want to match it, so he chose the Knicks.
Yeah.
I think that was
The-
like why Brunson walked.
The
And I remember
contract
not
that-
being too upset about it at the time, but now in hindsight, like, oh my
I
god,
was
like
upset.
Brunson on the Mavs would be.
Oh, dude, imagine Brunson with Flag and a healthy Kyrie. They're
I
just
know.
filling in that Luca role since Luca's gone. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be
because I knew that Brunson was good, but I didn't realize he would be like lead a team to the finals. Good, you know.
yeah. He's something special. He really is. It's sad to see that we fumbled a team with young Luca, young Brunson, and at the time prime KP, even though he was through serious injuries and missed a lot of time in Dallas. But we did once see that team. Nothing really came of it. But yeah, I guess that's it. No one else is really firing off in the chat right now. Chev says at Turbo, which NFL franchise lost its first 26 games in team history?
Oh, I know this one.
I know this one.
Go ahead,
I'll steal
Dennis.
it. It's the
Fucking
Buccaneers when they were an expansion franchise. Yeah, their first
that
game
same-
that
that
they
same-
won was against the Saints, and the only reason I know that is because Archie Manning was basically like, "Man, it would really suck if we lost to these guys," and that's exactly what happened.
Wow. Yeah, Turbo was never gonna get that.
Ever.
And then, interestingly enough, after they went 0-26 to start the year, 2 years after that, they were in the NFC Championship game.
Wow, what a turnaround. I mean, I guess the Cowboys did have like 3 years of being one of the worst teams in the league before the 90s dynasty began.
I mean, thank you, Herschel Walker.
Yeah, right. I met him in 7th grade. I raced his son in a track meet. It was the 4x4 relay race.
Did you
How bad
win?
did he beat you?
His son and I were both the anchors, and his son burned the absolute crap out of me, bro. Like my third leg got to me right before Herschel's son. And yeah, right. And I took off, and I had a lead through the first straight, and I get to the curve, and I just looked I could hear him coming up on me, and I looked to my right, and he just blew past me, and the guy was running like lightning striking, bro. It was insane. So much faster than me.
Gotta be the most demoralizing thing ever.
I still finished second. Like our we still finished second in that, but I still lost to this guy by a long shot. Like dude, it was just insane how fast he caught me and how much he burned me from there. I'm just huffing and puffing. This is obviously this is 75 years ago. As y'all know, I'm very old. Chev also says at Turbo, what was the first wild card team to win the Super Bowl?
The Giants. I don't know.
I feel like you're a closeted Giants fan.
I don't
Turbo.
actually know this one.
Yeah, I don't have the answer to this one either.
The Giants did
Giants
do
Is
it.
it is it the Steelers?
Someone asked Claude.
Chev says ban
I'm pretty
Turbski.
sure Turbo's right.
I'm right? Yeah, I guess.
Let me look it up, Turbo.
Yeah, let's
It's like the
fact check
Panthers,
this.
Because I
maybe.
have another team in mind, and I'm trying to see if maybe they were first. Wild card team.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'm not gonna say who it is, but I just looked it up.
Is it the Giants at least, or
No, it's not the Giants. At least according
Is
to
it-
Google
is it the-
AI, which we know is never wrong.
This honestly is like it's a team that I don't think I would have guessed.
All right, hold on. Let me guess.
Oh.
Let me actually guess. Let me hold on. Let me guess that up. Wild card team that won, right?
Won the Super
it's
Bowl.
probably the
Yeah,
is it the Rams team that
No.
no? Yeah, I don't
Rams?
You
know.
want the year? You want the year, Turbo, or the conference?
Yeah, give me the year. Oh no, yeah, conference.
The AFC.
AFC.
Chev already has another question for Turbo after this one.
AFC. I ain't gonna lie.
That does not inspire confidence, Turbo.
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead and say it. I don't know.
It's the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
That's
Yeah,
why that
uh,
is exactly
in
why I said I would
1980,
not
they
have
beat
guessed
the
that.
Eagles 27-10. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have gotten that.
Yeah, that
I
was
never
that was
would've
not on my
known that.
radar. That was not on my radar.
Man, he's taking away potential trivia questions, man.
Yeah, these are good. These are good. Let's get Chev in
These are
here
good.
sometime. Let's get another shout out for Chev. Shout out the United States Marine Corps.
Shout out, Chef.
What is the only?
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you for your service, Chev. You're doing a great
I
job.
think he had another one, right?
He has another question here. How about Turbo? What is the only team to ever complete a perfect season? You should be able to guess this one.
Yeah. You
I'm
should.
gonna go
Oh
to
yeah, this
Patriots,
one's
right?
easy.
No.
Oh my God,
No.
I mean, they were one game away, but
Very close. They were very close.
all right, Turbo. I will give you a hint because I feel like you're not going to get this. They are in the same division as the Patriots.
Oh shit! I don't even know who's in that division.
Narrows it down to 3 teams.
All right. Trying to think of the division.
One
Is
of
it-
these
no.
one of these
Oh,
teams
the,
is
is the Dolphins in theirs? No, right? Is it? Is it Dolphins?
is this your final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Dolphins.
There you go, Turbo.
Yeah, it's the Dolphins.
Yes.
Good shit, bro. Good shit.
There you go, Turbo.
Oh.
Thank
I
you.
was gonna give you more hints. One of the teams has never won a Super Bowl in that division, and the other team is completely fucking ass.
Jeez.
Dude, did
Wait,
you
isn't
guys?
it-
Because I
isn't there
think
a division?
that
The Bills and the
Jets?
Jets.
Yeah, the Bills and the Jets. The Bills,
Bills,
who
Jets.
the Cowboys own in the Super Bowl, and the Jets, who are just
well, the whole NFC East owned, except for the Eagles, the whole NFC East owned the Bills in the Super Bowl.
yeah, I guess you're right.
All for Turbos.
But,
What team was
did you
Bo
guys-
Jackson drafted by? He said he wouldn't play for them.
I know this one.
I don't fucking know.
I know this one.
The Rams?
This- No, this is also the Buccaneers. The reason that I know they drafted him #1 overall, but the reason that Bo Jackson said he wouldn't play for them is because they were going to have him come to a tryout or just like an interview with the team. And at the time, Bo Jackson was still playing college baseball, and he was like, "Hey, if I go, there's some serious ramifications. They might like suspend me from playing baseball this year. Did you guys get this cleared?" And they went, "Yeah, we got it cleared. It's fine." Turns out they didn't. So when the NCAA caught wind of this and they actually had morals and rules, they were like, "Okay, no, you can't play baseball anymore. Like, you're suspended for the rest of the season." And Bo Jackson was so mad that he told the Buccaneers, "If you draft me, I'm not playing for you." And they were like, "Yeah, no, he's gonna play for us." So they drafted him, and he was like, "No, I'm playing baseball. Fuck you guys." And then like the next year, he got drafted by the Raiders in like the 7th round.
Yeah, good for him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
7th round draft pick, Jackson.
Chev also said,
Yeah.
"Isn't
Well,
this
at the
Jake's
time, he
brother?"
was like an active like baseball player too, which makes sense
Yeah.
because I mean you'll never see anybody doing that again except for like Deion Sanders somehow.
Or Kyler
Chev said
Murray.
he had crazy knowledge.
Or
I
Russell
mean, I don't
Wilson,
know if that's
who-
really crazy knowledge. It's
Uh,
just like NFL history.
Another shout out, speaking of guys that played baseball and football, Russell Wilson. Shout out Russell Wilson. He just retired the other day. What a great career. I think going into uh, announcing games is going to be a lot more profitable for him than being Gino's backup on the Jets this season. So um, shout out Russell Wilson, man. Great career. Um,
Yeah.
I loved that Seattle Super Bowl team 10 years ago, man. That defense was so awesome to watch. You haven't seen a lot of defenses like that in football. Um, Teams in general, that was just, they were great. Both of those Super Bowls. It's sad to see the way the second one ended. Um, I'm sure Russ still has nightmares of that play, but what are you gonna do, man? Future still had Russell Wilson's wife at a pretzel. Wow, Chev. Shout out
Oh,
Chev
my
for all the
God.
donos today.
Yeah,
Shout out the Marine Corps. And I guess we'll go ahead. We're running real long today, so let's go ahead and wrap up uh, chat engagement here. Going into garbage time to close out for the day. We will be back next week, next Tuesday, 6 p.m., like we are every week. We are going to touch more on the updates with Brendan Sorsby. We will talk about potentially the finals could be over by then, so we'll talk about the result, and we'll give you any more updates that we get around the league and the NFL as it comes, and then I guess we'll also give you the results of the UFC White House card. So check back next Tuesday. Also, be sure to tail Turbo. We'll go ahead and get that slip posted up on the Instagram and TikTok stories so that y'all can check it and tail him for that. I think we got a good one for tomorrow night. Pretty excited for the game. Game 4 in New York. Let's see if the Spurs can even out the series. And then I guess we'll be back to you next week. So, anybody else got anything they want to say?
yeah, man. Thank you to the chat today. Y'all did amazing. Y'all were very interactive and gave a bunch of gifts, and we owe it to you guys. So shout out to y'all.
Chef says, shout out Cam and Ashy and Jake and Jake's brother. Nice. Yeah. Thank you guys, all of y'all in the chat. I don't know if everyone's still in here, but thank you guys so much. We love the donations. That's real awesome of y'all. Y'all are the best. We want to keep this going and giving y'all the best we can. So show's only going to go up from here. We got some ideas that we're trying to put in place to try to make things better for you guys over the next couple of weeks. The dynamic's definitely going to change over the next month, so stay tuned for that. But as always, check out all the social medias for the clips and all the edits we're making. Hunter and Chris have been making a lot of new edits for the finals, and they've been awesome. So go check those out. Spread some love, like, comment, repost it, put it on your story, even do it all. Go crazy. Spread the word and get it out there. We'd really appreciate that from you guys. Yeah, so that being said, just like, comment, subscribe, follow, like, what do we miss? Subscribe.
Comment,
Yeah,
subscribe.
comment and follow
Make
for
sure
sure.
you like.
Even, you know what? Freaking ring that notifications bell. Get notifications for all our posts. Why not? But yeah, like, subscribe, follow, and comment.
You forgot comment.
Yeah,
Okay, all right,
comment.
there you go.
There we go. Yeah, most importantly though, like and follow.
And ring that
Comment,
notification bell.
subscribe. Yeah, that Noto bell too, all of it. But yeah, thank you guys once again. Really appreciate y'all being here. We'll be
If we
back
had any
next-
viewers, they dropped.
Yeah, they definitely did. They're gone. We'll see you guys next Tuesday.